Hello everyone, it's Giovanni, your YouTube host at Cointelegraph. Welcome to today's AMA session with CropBytes, a farming simulation game that offers players the opportunity to start a second life as a farmer in the metaverse and one of the few crypto games available on Android, iOS, and web. So today I'm joined by Sandeep Kumar and Cheryl Varghese from the game CropBytes. Sandeep is the CEO of CropBytes with a career spanning over 9 years as an entrepreneur and hardware engineer. Sandeep has successfully transferred innovative power electronic projects for over 80 companies in India and 250 companies worldwide. His products are currently in use in millions of homes across the globe. Today, he brings his wealth of experience and expertise to the world of gaming, leading CropBytes to be one of the few crypto games available on Android, iOS, and web. Cheryl, on the other hand, is the co-founder at CropBytes with extensive experience in branding and advertising. She has worked with several prestigious organizations such as OML, Development Bank of Singapore, IDFC Bank, and leading brands such as Bacardi Global, Swiggy India, and Reliance. With a proven track record of successful marketing campaigns and deep understanding of consumer behavior, Cheryl is instrumental in shaping the marketing strategies of CropBytes. So, Sandeep, Cheryl, welcome to our show today. How are you doing?
We are
Thank you
doing
so
good.
much for. Oh, please go ahead, Sandeep.
Please.
Thank you so much for such a great intro. And we are so happy to be here again. I think we were here last year in Jan, and we're really, really excited. We have so much to share. Sandeep, please go ahead.
We are very happy to be here, Goni. I think last year, Jan 13, right, we had an first AMA. So, I just feel like it's happened recently.
Yes.
Definitely. And we are delighted to have you both with us today to share the insights and knowledge of CropBytes and how Second Life gaming can be a source of income for millions of people on the metaverse, as well as how CropBytes is leading the way in creating this new economy. So first, before we start the conversation, I would like our viewers to familiarize through a quick video about CropBytes. So let's go with it. Awesome. So before we get to the questions, I just want to remind our audience that this is an interactive show. So please send us your questions in the chat and make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel. So also, if someone from you has already played CropBytes, let us know in the comments, please, and share your experience with us. Cheryl and Sandeep, as you can see on the screen, we have a question wheel, which will help us basically choosing the questions for you. Every time we are about to ask a question, we're going to spin the wheel, and the wheel will point at a specific topic about which we're going to ask a specific question. I think you have some similar thing in your game, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have a spin. We have
We
a
have
spin
spin
the
the wheel
wheel
in
in
the
the game. Yeah.
I will. It's better if for me to specify either Sandeep or Cheryl. But yeah,
Yeah, that would be
let's move
great.
forward. So okay, so if you are ready, we can proceed with the first question. And so let's spin the wheel.
All
Okay,
right.
so farming in the metaverse. So let's start with the first question. What is CropBytes and what makes CropBytes stand out in the play to earn space? Sandeep, I think you can go first.
Yeah. So, so when it comes to these, what is CropBytes? Like I can say, like CropBytes is an game of economy simulation. So what we are doing right here, we are replicating the economics of real world. So that itself like so special in the CropBytes actually, because right, we are simulating the economy of real world. When it comes to like a what makes stand out in the play to earn, right here, as I said, like what we are building is like a game of, it's a game of economy. So it's not just like I mean, although there is so what and all you will be doing in your real life, right? So the same things, right, you will be I mean, you will be doing here, and building out your own strategies, and building out your financial strategies, so along with like the fun aspect of the game. So and that is what, right, we are that I mean, that's what a major difference what we have compared to these other play to earn games. And one more thing called like which is so special is we are building something called service economy. So how you work and do some work in our real life, right? In the game also, right, you can able to find out some jobs, and there are always there are a few people who can able to give you the job, and once you finish the job, right, they will be paying you. So which itself like a very unique idea, and we are the first one to implement that.
Yeah, and actually, I really enjoyed the graphics of the game. So that's for sure something that I really liked at first glance. But yeah, let's move on with the following question. Let's spin again the wheel. Okay, so again, farming in the metaverse. So let's go with the next question. How has the game evolved over the past 5 years, and how do you make it attractive and relevant to users despite all crypto market turbulence?
I
I
think
would say that Cheryl can go. Yeah.
yes, of course. So, 5 years. So, which means we started the game back in 2018, and we've been building the game over multiple market cycles. To talk about a few milestones, to be honest, how we've evolved over the last 5 years. So, we started off being an NFT game, just like you see all the other Web3 games today. They all have an NFT only model, but we started off in the bull market of 2018, and when 2019 came is when we actually realized that NFTs are not the most popular things in the bear market, and we that's when we actually started focusing on the economy. We had a lot of advisors who helped us kind of shape this economy for the game. We moved our focus from being an only NFT game to kind of focusing on a balanced economy. What does that mean? It means that we now have a good mix of fungible assets, game assets, and NFTs. In fact, recently, we also tokenized. I mean, our assets are also now on Polygon chain, and these assets are SFTs. Um, that's something that we kind of established in 2019. One more thing that having SFTs in the game did is that, like you saw in the video, right, we already have an exchange within the game, and the markets, these asset markets actually became a lot more liquid, which means when players were playing these games, they were able to buy a lot of assets because they were available, and this is a P2P style exchange, so it kind of brought a lot more liquidity into the market. The community got really strong after this, in 2019. Then of course came, the bear markets, right? um, the gaming community was in distress. A lot of people had lost jobs. The pandemic, we were able to support our community through that period. We in fact developed our 3D version of the game around the same time, build new layers, to the economy. In November 2021, we actually did our fundraise after 3 years of running the game ourselves, and we got strategic partners on board. That's also the time we launched our token CBX. So we were actually the first project to be launched on Bybit MEXC co-launchpad, and that did really well. So our token, which is fairly new in the game, was only launched in November 2021. So we took, you can say, we built the game the hard way, got the product right. Our marketing is very, very product led. We have a very strong community, and like I mentioned, like, we've just been focusing on the economy, because focusing on the economy actually helps projects, especially Web3 projects, sail through the market turbulence, right? And that's exactly what we focused on. So building over multiple market cycles has given us that experience.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that every single crypto company needs to go through at least one bear and another and the bull market in order to feel confident
Yeah.
about the future.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So let's move on with another turn of the wheel. Let's see what's next question. Again, the topic again is basically, yeah, we have the same topic, which is actually what I wanted to ask you, is about the Polygon partnership. So we heard
Sure.
that you recently launched your assets on Polygon as ERC 1155 tokens. So why have you chosen to go for the semi-fungible token model when the industry is leaning more towards NFTs or non-fungible tokens? Sandeep, you
Great
can go.
question. I know I've already kind of spoken about it, but there's a very interesting fact here as well. So so when we look at the Web3 gaming audience, it's still a very niche audience, right? And to gamers outside of Web3, NFTs is still a really good way to kind of onboard into Web3. And if you look at SFTs, or whether you look at NFTs, they're all technical terms, but to a person kind of entering a game, they're all NFTs. So honestly, from a end user's perspective, SFTs are not very different from NFTs. They can hold, and they have ownership to these assets as well. And I think what we wanted to do, the reason we have SFTs in the game, I spoke about liquidity, right? I spoke about how these markets are more liquid when you have SFTs in the game and players have enough to buy and sell. The other thing that also does is it simplifies the process of playing a game for players. Instead of having only NFTs and making them unique, I think we also have to look at the genre of gaming we are in. So we are a simulation genre game. So if you compare it to farming in the real world, you have, say, things like milk, you have consumables like milk, water, you have cows, you have bulls, you have other animals on the farm. Now these are not NFTs in the real world as well, right? They are SFTs, so they are in multiples. Although they could have special attributes, but groups have a special attributes. So similarly, which is why we are actually simulating the real world economy. And in our game, it makes more sense to have SFTs than only have NFTs. We also do have NFTs. We have NFTs with that have a specific use case. So we have superheroes in the game. And now you would say, why do you have superheroes in a farming game? But it's a game. You can have superheroes in a farming game. But our superheroes actually have a special utility. So if you have like an asset called as well in the game, a farming game, you have a well, and that well gives you 50 buckets of water. If you have a hero that's called Waterel, it could say give you 50x of that water. So these superheroes actually help you power up in the game. So these are for players who've played the game, have gotten their business strategy right, but now want to level up in the game. So we have very utility driven NFTs in the game as well. So we have a good mix of both. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting, this mix of SFTs and NFTs, and we're gonna touch upon the topic of superheroes, I'm sure, a bit later in the conversation.
Yes.
I just wanna see if we have some questions from the audience. I think we have one. Just wanna take the chance to ask. So Alphaeus McNeil is asking, how much experience needed to begin the game? Sandeep, maybe you want to reply to this one.
So it's basically a simulation genre game. So we have like 7-day trial packs. So with the trial pack, right, the user can explore like what can they do, and what are the strategies they can. I mean, this game user can able to build like a freestyle strategies. So on the 7 days, right, they can able to just see like explore what is this game and what kind of assets we have and what is it functions and flows and everything. So after that, after playing for 7 days, right, anyone will be having like a clear idea like what it is and how to, I mean, if they want to continue, right, and what kind of assets they need to pick first and everything, right. It will be like easy. So I don't think it's like a too difficult one to understand. It's just like you need to spend a bit of a time to understand that and before the starting of the game.
Yeah. I'd
Hmm.
like to add to that answer actually. So we also focus. So if you look at the way we have designed the game, we target gamers, traders, and investors. All right, and all three of these audience types have a very different behavior. So you can actually invest very little in the game and take it slow, but also really enjoy the game experience and go about kind of earning. We're a play and earn game, right? But you can also take the trading approach where you go about trading on the game exchange, which has been around for about 4 years, so liquid. You can also kind of play the game being an investor. So just like the real world, if you're a tycoon, you want to like invest in windmills, you want to invest in all these really big assets in the game, you can also go about doing that. So you can start the game no matter what, because this is a business strategy game. It's completely upon you, what your strategy is.
Yeah, so you basically start from scratch, and then you built your investment
Yes,
strategy
your
from
business,
scratch.
right?
Okay, so let's spin again the wheel and see what's the next question. Okay, the future of P to earn gaming. So basically, the question is, what are your plans in terms of the future of play to earn games? Maybe Sandeep, you wanna start?
Yeah. Yeah. So when it comes to this play to engage model, right? I mean, first of all, right? There is like a lot of NFT assets. I mean, market is driving with NFTs. So more than, and I mean, rather than simply going with an NFTs, right? So one should be planning like how much of FTs is required in this game actually. So if for example, if you take our CropBytes game, right? So there are like as Cheryl shared. There is like a mixture of FTs and NFTs. For example, if you take an asset called water can be same all. I mean, water it not to be, if even if there is a one water, it's a water, and thousand water, it's a water. So it can be an FT actually. So it's not required for it's not required to be NFT. But what is the current trend, right? Everybody is running towards like NFT. So that if that is well balanced, right? So obviously we can able to build some awesome games and this can come when it comes to this crop bite specifically. So we are I mean recent on January month, I mean this Jan 3 months back, right, we have launched our like first service economy. As I said, like if you can able to invest, or if you don't want to invest, right, just and earn some cryptocurrency. So that is what, right, we are seeing that like as it is something some kind of a revolutionary feature which can able to change these market dynamics. So right, it's not required. So one more thing, what we need to be well balanced, right, in a lot of play to earn games, right, a lot of there will be like a lot of free stuff. So rather than giving a free stuff, right, let them let them spend some time. If they can't able to invest, right, let them spend some time and do some activity and let them get rewarded. So if we can able to approach this model, right, definitely, right, we can there can be like more awesome games can come into the play to earn section and they can be successful.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I want to just to remind our audience again that this is an interactive show. So please come forward with your questions in the chat. We're gonna ask our guests. But let's move on with the next question, the next turn of the wheel. Okay, so a bit more personal question this time. So you were talking about the superheroes in CropBytes. So could you share a bit more information about the superheroes, their breeding process, and what those superhero means for the future of the game? And maybe tell also about which one is your favorite superhero. Cheryl, maybe you
Yeah,
can
so I
go for
think
it.
I think Sandeep should take this one. Yeah, Sandeep, maybe you have so
Ah,
many favorites. Talk about it, please.
So the superheroes has been a part of the game since the beginning. Actually, at the beginning we have like only of six different of superheroes, and later we have introduced nine more offerings, which we call as Gen 1A. And later, right, we have introduced some more 81 more breedable superheroes, which we call like Gen 1B. And so I mean, rather than just I mean, it's a bit difficult, rather than just make it as a collectible or something like that, right? What is approach we had on these superheroes, like from the beginning of the game. Suppose these superheroes, right, will be helping you to grow your farm actually. So if you have a land, and land output is like a 10 corn or a 10 carrot, if you have a superhero, that will be helping you to yield something extra. Similarly, there is some other kind of a superhero which will be increasing, which will be helping you to increase the production of water. So it is, I mean, each and every superhero having some, each and every of Gen Zero superheroes are having some unique use case. And when it comes to a breeding, right, it's breeding here, it's not so instant. You can see like almost all the games, like a breeding is just instant. It is just like a click away. But here, right, if you want to breed a Gen 1A, it will be taking almost like 72 days. So and if in the 72 days, right, you need to continuously give some kind of input feed, which you can able to craft that feed in the game by using all the text stats and everything, and you need to give that input to that both these, I mean, the character, the Gen Zero, which is in the breeding process. So if you skip the if you skip a day, right, again it will be like your day count will be like a -1. So for 72 days continuously user need to play, and then only, right, the output of the new offering will come actually. So that is how, I mean, it has been the same since the beginning of the game. And one more thing, like uh, so what is I mean, what is upcoming these things about the superhero, what we are planning is like so far, I mean, just before I have told about the service economy. So we just want to make this superhero character, this superhero thing, as like a living character in the farm. So like that, so not only these characters in the farm can able to do a job, we can able to make these superhero characters are also accept some job and help to the farmers in the future, right? We are planning to build such a thing, so that, right, if you have like a 10 superheroes, right, you can able to deploy the 10 superheroes into different 10 different jobs. Either if you don't have a work in your farm, you can able to deploy that superheroes into others farm, and you can able to earn a passive income from them.
hmm. Okay,
And
cool. That sounds cool.
sorry, yeah.
No, no, go forward. Go ahead. Go ahead.
When it comes to favorite, my favorite is a Chichu character, which is having some electrical attributes.
Yeah, I think that this idea of superheroes is pretty cool. Like having these characters that are basically boosting the productivity of your farm, as far as I understand.
Yes.
Maybe Cheryl has something. Do you want to add something about this topic, or?
No, that's it. I guess Sandeep's covered most of it. Superheroes is, the most popular asset in the game. So that's something that everybody wants to get their hands on. But it's also like really, really valuable. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, so let's move forward with the next question. Let's spin the wheel. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about player experience. So, what unique experiences or interaction can players expect to encounter in CropBytes? Cheryl, you want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first on this. So, when the vision that we had when we built CropBytes, for us, we wanted to give gamers around the world an opportunity to earn, but also live a parallel life. So that's exactly how we've built CropBytes. So if you start playing CropBytes today, there is a lot to experience, and it's a freestyle game. So you have like a basic game loop, right? Like any farming game would have, but then you have a layer of strategy. So you have a basic farming loop. You would have you I mean, you would play, grow crops, you would feed animals, you would make some produce. If you have extra produce, you sell it on the market. then there's also stuff like asset mining. You can actually mine an asset in the game. We have a lot of mini games, so we have a fishing mini game, which is again on the scene of the farm. We have a tournament that's a daily tournament in the game for fishing. When it comes to the entire experience of CropBytes, there is just too much to experience. And I mean, what we have seen our players really enjoy, and kind of they really appreciate, like kind of develop these new skills. And some of the coolest things that they've been able to try, one is of course owning and taking care of these digital pets, just like how it would be in real world. So I think Sandeep spoke about this factor of health, right? So all animals in the farm have a concept of health. You need to keep feeding them, just like how you would feed a pet when you have a pet at home. So just taking care of digital pets just like real pets, that's one experience. uh, you know um the skill of actually trading. So we have, like you saw, we have an exchange in the game which is so similar to any exchange you would find outside, where you're trading, say, tokens. So we've had unique use cases where first time web3 gamers have actually learned how to trade on our exchange. So you also kind of get to learn portfolio management, business strategy. So this is a farming business game. It's not just a farming game where you see a full farm and you kind of get, feel happy. Of course, that's the whole visual incentive. You see a full farm and you feel happy, but you also actually grow your portfolio on the farm. So that's what it is about. And yeah, I mean, it's a completely parallel universe where you can spend your time doing so much. So that's what we aim to provide to players. And from the start, our focus is very, very community driven. In fact, our community has a lot to say about what we plan to build. And that's how we plan to keep it. Like, the experience is of course at the topmost of our priority when it comes to what we're building.
Yeah.
Sandeep, do you want
And
to add?
there is some interesting fact actually. In this April, we are completing our 5 years. We have the users who are there with us like since the beginning date, and from last 5 years, right? They are opening an app every day, and they are feeding their pets and doing these cropping activities continuously. So that is show, and they never. I mean, irrespective of a bull market or bear market, they never quit this game. We have those kind of users that clearly states, right, how stickiness we have to this platform.
Cool. So it's a game that kind of welcomes consistency in keeping uh, basically the farm going and all the aspects well kept. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds interesting. So maybe we can move forward with the next question here. Let's spin the wheel. Okay, so another bit more personal question. Could you explain a bit more about the topic of this service economy model? So could you elaborate on the reasoning and rationale behind your service economy model? Sandeep, maybe you want to go first?
I think let Cheryl go because I already talked about the service economy.
Sure.
Oh, okay,
So
please.
um, because we have a game that's been around for 5 years, and like you saw, we have about 750K downloads to the game so far. We have all these players who are the business tycoons of CropBytes, you can say. They have really huge farms. And by and we've been building the game economy for the last 5 years, which is why we can actually implement service as an economy model in the game. So I don't think this is possible for the other games who are probably starting out now, because you actually need so many users who have built and kind of contributed to a game's economy to even implement service as an economy. So since we were, and like our experience of building through multiple market cycles, we actually had service economy planned while we were still in the bull markets, and we were like, we have the next bear market coming, and we had in mind that our community might face challenges, when it comes to just their earnings and keeping it sustainable throughout the bear. So we actually planned for service economy to be implemented during the bear. I think it's the most perfect, you can say, the solution to continue earning and in a most sustainable way that any game so far has done. Because what we do with service economy in a game is provide jobs. And these jobs are not provided by us. I mean, they are actually provided by farmers who already exist in the game and have these huge farms that take a lot of time to kind of service. So they can now employ new farmers, and these new farmers service these old farmers, and kind of earn a fixed amount for servicing. So this is what it so basically we have a job board in the game, and this is what it does. So a new farmer can come in without investing. He can actually take up a job, play the game. So when we say job, he completes a job. It's actually he's actually playing on this farmer's farm scene, and he can play a game and he can actually earn. So that's our vision with service economy. We piloted this in Jan this year, and it's worked beautifully for us. We have about 30K jobs that have been on the job board, which players have taken up, close to about 200K CBX that people have been able to earn so far. So it's working beautifully for us, just like what we had planned. And by the way, this is actually to make P2E sustainable, where wealth creation is happening by whales and earnings is happening by players. So I mean, it kind of balances out the entire ecosystem where everybody has an opportunity. Now even a person who cannot invest in the game still can play the game and start earning. So that was our goal, and that was kind of our reasoning behind introducing service economy as a model. And because CropBytes is a freestyle game, right? I mean, today there are so many jobs, right? There are so many things, there are so many activities you need to do. So the scope for this is also pretty wide, and it has also kind of taken our dependency out of guilds, because we basically got the community into the game with these jobs. There's a lot of collaboration between people, and basically we got the community to help each other out here in some sense. So yeah, that's basically our vision behind introducing service economy in the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
After introducing this, right, a coordination between the users in the community is also right increased. So if I'm providing some 10 jobs, right, I will be making, before posting of that jobs, right, I will be making my fellow community alert by saying that I will be releasing these jobs, and it's all the jobs are going very quick at this moment. And both these person who is providing a job and who is receiving the job, both are enjoying a lot actually.
Okay. Yes, that sounds great. So basically, you can start working in the farm without actually owning the farm. And then you can build up your wealth and running the farm yourself, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So let's go with the next question. Let's spin the wheel. Okay, the future of play to earn gaming. So, what ecosystem are you trying to build with your token CBX? Maybe Cheryl, you want to go first?
I guess Sandeep, you can take this one.
Yeah. So, so rather than what ecosystem are you trying to build with the token CBX? So rather than, right, we are not building any of ecosystem actually. What we did is reverse actually. We have very beautiful economies. When by the time when we launched our CBX token, right, we have a up and running game of like almost like a 3.5 year, and we have like a beautiful economy also in place. So we introduced the CBX to this well-built ecosystem, well-built economy game ecosystem actually. And the CBX is like a core currency in our this, I mean, virtual economy. So what and all you are doing, right? I mean, what and all the activities, everything is linked mostly with the CBX. So you can see like there are like mining activity as well as like there is a burning activity. So when you want to mine some new assets or any you want to get some assets, a superhero, so you need to burn you need to burn CBX. At the same time, right, there what is the core function of the game is to, I mean, to mine the CBX also. So at the same time, right, the mining and burning both are very very well balanced, and that's the beauty of our token. And one more thing what I want to say is this is a deflationary token, just like a Bitcoin protocol, right? This, I mean, we have adopted this deflationary protocol from the mining pattern of the Bitcoin only. So right, in initial days, right, there will be like most of the supply will be coming out quickly, but later when the time passes, right, the difficulty levels will be gradually raising up, and the mining will be, to mine particular amount of cbx will be getting difficult, and the supply will be getting slowed down actually. At the same time, we are syncing these mining activity with increment. I mean, this mining activity will be deflationary. At the same time, right, burning activity will be inflationary. So we are taking this in a proper sync.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks, Sandeep. We can move forward with the next question. Let's go with the wheel. So again, the future of play-to-earn gaming. So do you agree that contemporary play-to-earn games prioritize earning over actual playing? And what are your thoughts on ways to modify this trend? Cheryl, you want to go with this one?
Yes, I can take this one. So, there's a difference between play to earn and play and earn. And I think we recently also covered this in another call. So we actually we are a play and earn game, right? And, what play to earn games do, which is, prioritize earning over actual playing, that makes them less sustainable. So in our case, we have always been focusing on keeping the gameplay fun, and at the same time working on strong economics. And I think that is the way to kind of grow the to grow a web3 game. I think all games should just focus on not just play to earn, but you play the game, you have fun, you explore the economics, you kind of explore the game, and in the process you keep earning. So that's something that we kind of focus on. And earning here will completely depend on the strategy that the players use, and how we have made sure that all players can earn is we've built a beautiful community out there. So if anybody's playing CropBytes today, they can land on the community, and the community will help you kind of help you with strategies to make sure that you're doing the right things, you're earning the right way, and you're aware of what's happening in the market. So we just focus on building the right community. We focus on having a fun gameplay, and we make sure that the economics is strong enough for players to sustainably keep earning. And I think that's why we've been able to kind of grow the game over 5 years.
Awesome. Sandeep, do you have anything to add on that?
Yeah, I mean, Cheryl covered like most of our things, what we are doing.
Okay, so I guess we can actually move on to the last question. Let's spin the wheel again. So again, a bit more personal question. So okay, this is a very broad one. So what is your opinion on whether the future of work lies in the metaverse and immersive games? Who want to go first?
Sandeep, you want to take this?
Yeah, yeah. So when you see like, so I mean, there is like a lot of metaverse games coming actually, and so I mean, um, so as if you can able to a future of work lies in metaverse, I believe in, so actually I believe in that. And I mean, we can see like how these metaverse games grown rapidly in this last bull market, although right, these games, I mean, amount of games coming has been slowed down in this bear market, but I believe right, it's only like a temporary pass. So definitely right, there are like a lot more games about to come actually. And because that, if you see back in 2018, there were like not many crypto games. In 2019, right, the games in the 2019 bear market, 95% of the games which started their operations has been closed their operations. Only 5% can able to sustain. So everybody thought like, okay, this is like a temporary bubble, and it's not going to work. But again, surprisingly, we all witnessed like how strong this market has been. This market has came back in 2021, and how strongly these NFTs got trended. So although right, there is some slight decline, but I believe right, it's going to be like many number of games going to come. And you see nowadays right, a lot of big studios who launched like many successful web 2s are coming into this platform. So I don't so I think like the future is like very bright actually. And there is like this market is also right, about to grow in a very large scale in by end of this next bull market. And what is the main
Right.
problem? Another main problem this industry is having, right? There is some learning curve actually. So, and that learning curve is also getting improved by time to time. So, Now, if you compare these learning, if you compare in 2018, not many knows about these how to operate the wallets and how to play a blockchain game. But now, right, the situation is not the same. So things are improving over the period of time. So definitely, right, it's going to be a very huge market in the future.
Right.
Hmm.
And I'd also like to kind of add here. So, if you talk about the future of work in metaverse and immersive games, so, Web3 has kind of created so many new experiences in so many industries, like, right? I mean, like, whether it's finance, gaming, and even the other industries, it's just kind of bringing in new tech into the existing markets. Similarly, I think it's going to revolutionize the job market. So, actually, we did a campaign on LinkedIn where we posted jobs of on CropBytes on LinkedIn, and that campaign worked brilliantly. So clearly, I think jobs is something that's going to do really well in the metaverse, not just for games metaverses that are games, but even otherwise, right? I mean, it's going to completely revolutionize the way we look at existing industries as well in this world. And gamers will be able to earn through all mediums of games, like, I mean, whether it's esports, lending, whether we talk about service economy, games development. I mean, we are pretty much excited to kind of introduce all of this to our audience. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think that the metaverse was like started picking up as a concept towards the end of the last bull market. So then we fell into the bear market, but now fortunately we are, I think, hopefully we are getting out, and soon we're gonna have another bull cycle. So I'm pretty excited to see how that sort of environment would bring forward projects like CropBytes. So yeah, it's going to be very exciting.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, Sandeep, Cheryl, thanks so much for connecting with us today. Today we learned so much about CropBytes, but before we sign off, I'm sure the audience would like actually to know how to get in touch with you and how to best reach your team with any questions. So can you share what is best way they can get in touch or connect with your communities? Sandeep?
Yeah.
Sandeep? Yeah.
We are very much, our community was very much active in a Telegram actually. So, and of course, like anyone can able to reach out us from our Twitter handle. They can able to directly DM. And if somebody want to
Yes.
learn about the game, right, there is no better place other than our community. So if you put a question, right, you will be getting like a bunch of answers.
Yes, we'll have all the links for you below. Hopefully, we have somebody in the team who'll share it. But me and Sandeep are accessible on our Twitter handles, Talking Jukebox and CB Sandeep. And we are also, our community is basically on Telegram. We also have a community on Discord. So feel free to reach out to us there. Um, you know, and of course, let's get connected. And if you have any questions, we're happy to answer them. But a great session, Gio. Thank you for hosting us. Such great questions.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
please
I
continue.
mean, thank you guys for joining us today, for joining us in this AMA, and also I want to thank our audience for participating and asking questions. So I also want to remind everyone to subscribe to Cointelegraph's YouTube channel because we do run these AMAs quite often. So thanks again, and yeah, I'm Giovanni, your host, and see you next time.
Thank you
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you, Govani, for our session. Thank you.
Thank you.